Hello and welcome back to Automotive Tales. We have a bit of a treat for you today. We're off to pick up a car. Okay, so let's be cryptic. You might be able to guess what we're off to pick up. In fact, you can actually now see the back of the car in the screen. So we are up at Starman's in Nottingham and we are back to pick up the Rolls. She's finally fixed. But look at the transport we've had today. How cool is that? So Chris from CVP has given us a lift up to Nottingham in the Crown Vic. How cool is this thing? A little wander around for you. We'll do a little bit of talk about this before the end of the video. But yeah, how cool is that? That is an awesome way to travel. But that is not what we are here to see. This is... So we are here with the man himself. This is Dwayne. Say hello. Hiya. So Dwayne has done a whole load of stuff. So let's have a look at what is on the list. So go on, talk me through what's on here.
So we've been through. We've done oil and filtered it. Put some 2050 in it, which is better.
Excellent.
We've had a good grease round, and we've also changed the diff oil.
Excellent.
Replaced the driver's wiper on because that was had it.
Yeah, that was flapping around.
Yeah, old age. What else have we done? Tightened up all the rocker covers because they was loose. Replaced the rear gas springs on the suspension, so it now doesn't knock your fillings out when you're driving down the road.
So yeah, that's what we were talking about last time, and it was getting really wallowy on the back end, wasn't it? So that's good. That should all be nice and sorted.
Put your new battery on it because that was duff.
Yep.
And repaired the windscreen trim.
Excellent. I'll do a little insert as to what that all is. Great. Well, thank you very much. So we have a not so rolly Rolls now that's ready to go.
Yes, it's all right. It drives all right, actually.
Excellent. And it's all nice and clean and shiny, so thank you for that. There we go. So, thank you very much. Time to get the car back to the car barn. Right, let's get on the road. So, welcome back to the inside of the Duchess. She is back and running beautifully. So, as we've just seen, Dwayne and Kyle have done a great job in going over the car, finding everything that was wrong with it, and fixing everything it needed fixing. It's had a general service because it was about due anyway. It's due its MOT at the beginning of the year, so it's only a couple of months away. So, done an oil change, checked for a few oil leaks, tightened a few bits and pieces up, and then sorted the wallowy gas spring problem that we had before. So now she's back on the road. They've even given it a bit of a clean and put some fuel in for me so that I don't have to stop on the way to the storage unit. So all there is left to do is enjoy a nice little waft all the way back to the car barn. Heading on down the M69 to go and take it back to storage and hopefully stop by a cafe and a machine for a cheeky coffee and a little bit of lunch before we put the car away. So I've got a few miles under the belt now and all seems to be well. The car is running so much better with the new gas springs on. So I think I explained in the last video, essentially you have a set of springs on the back of this car, and then instead of a damper you have this sphere which is gas on one side, the hydraulic working fluid on the other side, and that's what provides you a damping effect. It's also what controls lifting the the rear of the car up when you put additional weight in. So you put weight in, it squats, and then the system brings it back up to level. It's a Citroen-based system, and the gas springs had failed, which made the car very wallowy at the back end. It was effectively just running on springs with no dampers. That is now solved. The car runs super smooth. Dwayne's also been around and had a check of everything. There was a wheel bearing we thought was a little bit loose. He's had a look at that, tightened it up a little bit, and the bearing seems to be okay. We think now that the small vibration that was making me think that maybe it was wheel bearing was possibly down to a slightly oval tyre. So the problem with having all these cars locked up in different locations and not getting to drive them anything like as much as I would like to is sometimes the tyres get a bit of a flat spot. So you see in Formula One when another driver, Latifi, locks up and slams into a barrier, if he can get the car going again, he generally has a bit of a flat spot on the tyre. And that means he gets loads of vibrations, they have to come in, put new tyres on. Same sort of principle. If the vehicle is left for a long period of time, you tend to get a bit of a flat spot building up on the bottom of the tyre. And while it's only flat on the bottom, every time it goes round, it's flat, it's flat, it's flat, it's flat, and that causes a vibration. Now, what we have done is put a little bit of extra pressure in the tyres. Sometimes that extra pressure can help to basically un-oval the tyre, take that flat spot back out. But I am still feeling a little bit of vibration at the back end, so unfortunately it might be time to think about putting some new tyres on the rear, which is a bit sad because they're not that old, but we'll see how we get on. And I've just been flashed by Chris because I've been driving along with my indicator still on because it's so quiet in here, you can't hear the relay clicking away inside. So if it doesn't self-cancel when you're changing lanes, it ends up staying on. So sorry everybody, I am concentrating on it. The lights actually on the dashboard are so subtle, you can't see them with sunnies on, so a bit of a design flaw I'd argue, but you can't see when the indicator's still flashing and you can't hear them. A nice bit of luxury, but not really all that practical. Right, so as I mentioned, we are on the M69, so we are going to head on down to Warwick and put the car away. And I'm going to enjoy a nice cathartic drive following a Crown Victoria. Bye! That's all for this episode of Automotive Tales. A fairly short one, but it was just nice to get the Rolls-Royce sorted and go out for a little drive. Looks like we've got some good weather. This might be the end of the summer season now, because we've had terrible weather up until now. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy a very gentle, sedate, calming drive in the Rolls-Royce. Quite different to driving the Fiat, I'm not going to lie. That's quite a frenetic experience, whereas this is, as it always has been, very cathartic. So, see you next time. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Is there anything more menacing than being followed by Crown Victoria? I've not got anything wrong, but it feels like maybe I have. I'm being followed by the Popo.